All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a game. This game is the patch didn't screw up the reps yet. Good news. Actually, for all of you guys out there, I purposely did not open Warcraft 3 from the Battle.net launcher because that would have updated my version of Warcraft 3 and potentially have broken replays. So I went around that and hopefully, well, we'll see how that works. Maybe the replays work, maybe the replays don't, and then metaphysics will have a roundabout way of trying, or a smaller pool of trying to find me replays. But yeah, that is what's going on here. For you guys who are watching, this is Soulful and RiplEy versus Seal and Sue. Soulful spawning as the teal orc, meanwhile RiplEy spawning as the teal human, going up against Seal spawning as the red orc and Sue spawning as Wing with the red night elf. Nice, you must have at least 10 versions of Warcraft 3 Reforged. But it broke the overlay. No, I actually see the overlay, and right here you actually see the overlay right here. On my main screen, I see the overlay up on the top left. It's just not working on Twitch for some, or on my Twitch for some reason. So that is a little bit going on. So I guess a little bit of a sidebar tangent opening things up today. But thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you guys are enjoying everything as well. Wisp being placed down, and we are going to be getting straight into this 2v2 action. Normally I fast forward to the first 2 minutes as we don't need to see heroes trained up, but well, deja vu. It is going to be Archmage and Farseer going up against, what is this, a Farseer and a Keeper of the Grove. All right, is that 4 intellect-based heroes? I do believe it is. So Battle of the Brains here on Deja Vu as the engagement getting underway. Wisp does get a detonation off. You're going to try and get some damage off onto that Spirit Wolf there, but the Spirit Wolf able to back away as well. Are there boats? You say there are boats on this map? If this really is Deja Vu boats, I'm going back to Warcraft 3 Tides of Darkness. That would really be a bit of Deja Vu there. Are we going to see a double detonation? Or nope, only a single detonation. Good split by RiplEy to ensure that, well, that detonation wasn't too effective. All right, Keeper of the Grove now coming across to try to put in some additional pressure alongside the Farseer. Meanwhile, the other Farseer trying to offer in a bit of support as towers are trying to be built, and, well, peasants are getting taken down. RiplEy getting punished in this position so far, but, well, this is all absolutely necessary as we see an Entangle go down onto that Headhunter, but that seemed like a waste of 75 mana as not real damage is going to rack up, and, well, that is a gifted Headhunter going to be taken out as well. Arcane Tower already being upgraded. Keeper of the Grove now retreating back. I guess if that Keeper of the Grove didn't really need that mana, well, it's not that big of a deal or a loss. All right, so units now heading back around. Are there shipyards? Let me go ahead and take there are in fact shipyards, so you can go around the sides of the map in order to perhaps surprise your opponent if they are not suspecting anything. But then again, the downside in a position like this is, well, if your opponent has any air units, they can shoot down your sink your goblin ship. And if your goblin ship gets sunk, I believe all the units automatically die. So that is a bit of a risk right there. And, well, something that you probably want to be very, very careful if you are trying to do a sneaky play. Definitely a high risk, high reward type of scenario. If Warcraft 3 Blizzard, if you wanted to make goblin shipyards actually very part of I guess the competitive map pool, I actually haven't seen them used in competitive play. But if they're unloading, or if their unloading is immediate, right? Like unlike the Goblin Zeppelin where you have to unload one at a time, if you're able to land and unload everything at the same time, that may be enough of a reason for players to try and experiment with that particular mechanic. Anyways, there's a crazy 2-on-2 fight going on here, and here I am trying to talk to Blizzard. All right, yeah, coming back around, we are looking a Farseer Archmage going to go ahead and clear out the Knoll Poachers, finish off this creep camp here. Meanwhile, off to the north here, Keeper of the Grove Archers now looking to retreat back. Yeah. So Archmage, Footman, Headhunters, Farseer. It looks as though a lot of sides just going, well, we are going into Tier 2. The expansion is already up for RiplEy, and RiplEy has not gone to Tier 2 yet. Obviously, he is building up an Arcane Vault and a Scout Tower of his own, and now trying to do some creeping alongside his partner. Meanwhile, we are looking at a clearing of the expansion here by the red team as well. Tree of Life is already getting into position. This creep camp will fall, and that, well, Tree of Life will start entangling that gold mine shortly. Tech to Tier 2 nearly done as well for Sue, as we are looking at Seal, also at Tier 2, training up that Tauren Chieftain. I believe there are attack ships, yes. All right, so if there are attack ships, yes, that would actually be pretty interesting if you could, like, if you actually had ships that could actually attack the gold mine or attack buildings from behind. Making them actually exposed in behind as part of the map. That would be something for the map designers to try and experiment with. I don't know if the players would like it, but that is just something for the map designers to experiment with, just like creating hills and high ground in Warcraft 3, something that hasn't really been used since Lost Temple, and maybe Last Refuge as well. Archmage and Footman, or Archmage, Footman have defend, able to reflect back a bit of damage, trying to clear after this Furbolg tracker creep camp. That's going to give level 3 to the Farseer of Mana Stone. Who has the Mana Stone? Farseer? No. Shadow Hunter? Yeah, Shadow Hunter picking up the Mana Stone there. The marketplace already cleared out. Tome of Intelligence now picked up, as there's a crazy a lot of action going on over the base. Panda finding a Footman in a transit, as well. Sue now going to go ahead and scroll a town portal back to try and save his main base. This is a rather large and intimidating army of Footmen with defend and mass headhunters already. All right, Farseer is the one with Vampiric Aura. Panda comes across with a big breath of fire, but in comes a Hex down onto the Panda. Panda, Staff of Preservation, gets him out of harm's way as he's teleported back off to the north there. Panda should be able to use those Moonwells and get additional breaths of fire off, but those Footmen do not seem to be taking any serious damage. I don't see any scrolls of healing, however, on the teal team as they are pushing, but that Vampiric Aura is helping with a little bit of that regeneration there, as the mana from the Moonwell is all drained out. Continuing the fight back around, Tauren Chieftain now trying to lead the charge, does have Stomp, I believe, throws down a Stomp, but only hits one Footman there, as the Tauren Chieftain has to be careful as it doesn't have a lot of health yet. All right, level 2 now on the Shadow Hunter of the teal team, as both sides are fighting away. Staff of Preservation for the save again, as the Panda keeps on diving into action, only to get into, well, a very, very uncomfortable position. All right, RiplEy's team, or the teal team, still putting in quite a bit of pressure, as the Panda now has a bit of healing, but now needs a bit more mana to be able to blow another breath of fire. Panda needs a little bit more mana, should be able to get one here in just a moment. Is he going to be able to rack up damage? No breath of fire as of yet. Oh yeah, that's right. It's at 75 mana now, as the Headhunters are still engaging. All right, level 2 now on the Tauren Chieftain. Endurance Aura for faster movement speed, as we see a round of critical strikes coming back across here. Panda, turn around, breath of fire. There goes a breath of fire as a last dying effort, as it gets Staff of Preservation for the third time. Yes, that 30-second cooldown is very, very quick. All right, continuing this battle, more and more Footmen trying to engage. We're looking at, well, beautiful play by Teal, trying to retreat back. That home field advantage finally giving the red team enough lasting power to engage here, as we're looking at the Brewmaster with potions of healing and potions of mana still trying to fight their way back. All right, Vampiric Aura not enough to save that Footman, as the units are now in a full retreat back here. All right, straight up engagement, 2-on-2 fighting next to each other. Purge catching another Headhunter out in the open. It will get taken down. Panda now going after a Water Elemental who is entangled. That could get taken down very, very easily as well. Are we going to see it get denied? No, we are not. Panda just shy of level 2, as the Tauren Chieftain, well, loses a charge of healing salve as well. I'm sure that Brewmaster would have enjoyed level 2, a little bit more stats, a little bit more mana, harder hitting, and also that additional ability. Well, it does in fact happen. Coming back down to the south tier, Archmage getting very close to level 4, will have level 2 Brilliance Aura, as that level 2 Brilliance Aura will will greatly benefit the Farseer and that Shadow Hunter as well, especially with those healing waves, which I'm sure will be incredibly important. All right, Blood Mage going to act as a mana battery even further. And what is this? An army, well, a very large army going after a relatively easy orange creep camp. And it feels like there's not enough red creep camps on a map of Deja Vu, but is it designed as a 2v2 map or a 1v or a 1v1 and 2v2 map, as these armies are rather large, able to clear out these creep camps relatively quickly? Shadow Hunter does get to level 2 Warsong Battle Drum bonus here. Still, well, coming back around. It is designed as a 2v2 map. Well, maybe some red creep camps to encourage creeping together, and all the random. I see. Coming back around, Renegade Wizard gonna fall here. Torrent Chieftain sitting at level 1 Lightning Shield, while going down on that Berserker. Well, hazardous to your health to stand next to that Berserker for now, as the Keeper of the Grove looking to take down this Renegade Wizard here. Panda still at 2. Keeper of the Grove going to stay at 3. Druid of the Claw should be throwing a rejuvenation down onto this Panda. Not quite sure why it didn't, as the Archer only has a maximum of 255 hit points. There's the rejuvenation on the Brewmaster finally, as it gets back into, well, the green. All right. Off to the north here, more fighting, more engaging. Torrent Chieftain sitting at level 1, gonna dive in. Shadow Hunter needs to back away. Torrent Chieftain wants to get Endurance Aura for that faster move and attack speed. Meanwhile, down to the south here, Red Army now, well, moving all together, ready to put in pressure on Ripley's army here, as we see an Entangled, followed by a Purge, as the Knight is going to be stuck there. All right, Scroll of Town Portal coming back the other way. Breath of Fire coming back across, as the Berserkers do have a bit of, a bit of damage to deal. There goes an Ensnare, so whoever's retreating is generally taking more damage, as the Torrent Chieftain unable to get into the front line to try and, well, get down a decent stomp. No, finally able to get to the decent stomp, and now going to be throwing down a stomp right there. That is a massive stomp, stunning about, 9 units there, as the units are trying to retreat back. Farseer could be in trouble. Farseer quickly gets taken down. Torrent Chieftain now sitting at level 2. More Siphon mana, as the Torrent Chieftain has done his damage already, as the Kodo Beast trying to dine and dash. Paladin now out on the battlefield, perhaps needed to give in some holy light earlier, as the Archmage is going to try and engage. Bears are going to get taken down, as the Knights are trying to engage here. All right, I believe Red's army, even though they were able to take down the Torrent Chieftain and the Farseer, may end up taking a lot more damage, as these Bears are getting taken down as well. Militia are being called back over from the other side, as both sides trying to go retreat back and lick their wounds. Torrent Chieftain dangerously low on hit points. There's a quick Hex. Is the Torrent Chieftain going to end up falling? No, it is not. It is going to end up staying alive, as it's able to fight a little while longer. Healing Wave still bouncing around. Shadow Hunter still has plenty of mana. Torrent Chieftain could be in a little bit of trouble. Is it going to try and back away? It gets taken down as well, as we now see a Scroll of Town Portal to try and retreat. Scroll of Town Portal was about to be transferred to the Torrent Chieftain, but the Torrent Chieftain ended up falling first, and the Shadow Hunter ends up picking up his opponent's Scroll of Town Portal. Teal, I believe, with the pickup of that Scroll of Town Portal, has come out ahead. That is a 700 gold swing, and could come into, well, tactical value, even if Soulful doesn't need to use it. Seal or Sue will have to buy a new one. All right. Coming back through, Ogre Magi going to get taken down here. Blood Mage should have Flame Strike now, as that new ability. Tome of Intelligence picked up by that Paladin. A little bit more mana, continuing to funnel more mana into that Archmage, as we could be moving out into the center portion of the map. Ripley being very, very aggressive with expansion, setting up another one here at the 6 o'clock position, or 7 o'clock position. 6:30? Can you even say 6:30 position? Well, I guess you can say it. Is it understood? All right. Not sure. I want an answer. All right. Coming back through. Hey, Krob, how you doing? Paladin, Archmage. Paladin, Archmage working together here. Blood Mage nearby as well. Should have plenty of mana to try and siphon off. Meanwhile, we still see more creeping happening here, as the Shadow Hunters, Farseer trying to engage. Well, I'd be interested if the boats could actually come anywhere where there is like a little bit of a beach landing and engage. That might be pretty interesting. All right, ooh, a big attack in the center portion of the map here. Su getting caught in the middle of the battlefield, being forced to use the Scroll of Town Portal to retreat as it was quickly a unfavorable situation in a 2v1 fight. All right, coming back through Shadow Hunter, Farseer, Tauren Chieftain now moving out, putting pressure on the red orc base. Teal coming in from the north, but he's going to get a little bit of a pincer play, pincer played as well. Keeper of the Grove and the panel want to try and engage in the back. Timing is going to be key here. That, well, Voodoo Lounge was actually just out in the open right for the picking, as the engagement is now going to come in here. This is going to be a little bit of a squeeze play, and here we are. Here we go. Bear is going to be able to try and engage straight up against those Berserkers. Berserkers do not want that as they retreat into the army of the Orc. The Orc, however, only having Berserkers, not going to be able to complete the squeeze play as they don't have a front line. Blizzard now coming back around, so Ripley changing from Water Elementals to Blizzard and Flame Strike, able to rack up quite a bit of damage, and you can see so many low hit point bears simply were not expecting that change of skill. All right, continuing the fight back its way through. Blood Mage could be in trouble. Down to 100 hit points, down to 15. He's going to get taken down. No Holy Light there to try and save as the Paladin continues to fight back around. No more Flame Strike available. Holy Light saving the Farseer as both sides continue to fight their way through. Paladin now sitting at level 3. Going to be able to get in some bigger Holy Lights here as a Blizzard, I believe, getting stopped by another Entangle again, as we're still looking at more engagements happening here. Archmage has a Bloodlust here as the Spellbreakers are able to steal up much of that damage and still able to rack out more and more. It looks like Teal is going to easily win this game with constant better positioning and, well, take the victory there. Yeah, I know I need to log in to launch the WarCraft 3. All right, so a great game by RiplEy and a Soulful, able to take out Seal and Su. Really just strong play by RiplEy, being able to take that early expansion and then really leverage that expansion, even though he had a generally lower hero score than Seal. Even though he lost that Blood Mage as well, the Blood Mage was just a powerful hero supporting the Archmage and that Paladin. Paladin, once it got to level 3, that burst heal was probably far too much, and that initial shock of Flame Strike, a Blizzard, a Chain Lightning along that line of bears in the back also dwindled the Night Elf army, well, quite a bit. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.